All right, I don't know that I believe this. I can't believe it. Our next guest just spent 31 days off the grid. I'm talking no news, no social media of any kind, no Twitter, no Instagram, no nothing. Most of us can't imagine what that would be like. I don't know that I could go 20 minutes. We need to know the dose of what's happening. I mean, I know you get that from Spicer & Company every day. When he missed quite a few while he was away. So joining us now to tell us all about his media sabbatical is the host of the Rubin Report, Dave Rubin. Welcome back to the show, sir.
It's good to be with you guys. You know, just the energy that you brought to that intro is the exact reason I go off the grid.
Hold on, I got an Instagram.
People, yeah,
right
exactly.
now.
People can't believe it. All I did was live like it was 1984 again. That's it. That's it.
That's a complete dream. Well, Dave, before we get to talking about what it was like and what you missed, maybe or not, I got to ask you, we've seen these horrific fires that are taking place in California, and I know that you're in LA. Many people have had to leave their homes. Are you doing okay? How's it going?
Yeah, well, fortunately, and knock on wood, we're doing okay where we are here. But I mean, you know, it smells like smoke and soot outside. And, you know, this is something that California has had to deal with for a long time. And it's kind of going up and down the coast at the moment. And, you know, this is one of the things when it comes to these natural disasters, this is where, for as much as I love being in the political game, I really try to stay out of it politically as much as possible, because, you know, everyone, okay, well, now it's Trump's fault or it's automatically the governor's fault. And we really can step back and look at what policies are put in place to deal with these things and what's right and what's wrong. But when people's houses are being destroyed, as if there isn't enough bad stuff going on economically and with the pandemic and riots and everything else, it's like this is where I try to not be political at all. And I just hope people are taking care of themselves and their families.
Yeah, that's exactly right. 2020 has been a rough year. All right, well, I got to ask you, you went off the grid, like we said, what a dream. When you came back, did you just try to absorb what you missed? And if so, did anything surprise you that happened?
Yeah, well, you know, it's kind of funny because this is the 4th year that I've done this. So August off the grid, 31 days, no phone, no computer, no social media, no nothing. And in years past, it's difficult because, you know, no matter where you go these days, there's a television on somewhere or there is a screen. You go to the supermarket, they've got screens. You go to the gym, they've got news on all the time. But now because of lockdowns and quarantine, especially here in Los Angeles, where we're still under it, I didn't go anywhere. So I was home and I was basically able to just, you know, focus on reading some books and walking my dog and stuff like that. So it was okay. I would say the biggest thing since I got back, it wasn't that Kamala Harris was chosen to be VP, or it wasn't any of the real political American stuff. It's that there is peace actually starting to blossom in the Middle East, like real peace. I mean, this deal between Israel and the UAE, and what now people are saying there could be 4 or 5 other Gulf nations that could be signing peace accords or at least trade agreements and travel agreements with Israel. That is unimaginable. I thought it was the thing that we all wanted. Although if you listen to what's coming out of the left these days, apparently we don't want peace in the Middle East anymore. This is some sort of Trump, you know, one of his shenanigans. But that seems pretty great to me.
Dave, I want to talk about the Academy Awards. They changed what their requirements to be up for some of the big awards. But what shocked me first, I know you do the Rubin Report every day, so I don't know how you found time to do this, but apparently you're also the head of the Academy Award. That one blew me. I'll tell you, that came as a shocker. I've read your book. I've had you on before. I was like, how is this guy doing that? Well, anyway, so let me get to.
You see how much younger I look after going off the grid. It's incredible.
That's right.
Yeah, everyone needs to take a note.
So these awards, they're now talking about adding in all of these requirements to get up. One of the awards to be part of the general and ensemble cast. At least 30% of all actors in secondary and minor roles are from at least 2 of the following unrepresented groups: women, racial or ethnic groups, LGBTQ, people with cognitive or physical disabilities, or who are deaf, of hard of hearing. All right, so Dave, you know, as I said, I read your book. I know you're a gay man. How is someone supposed to do this? Is it on your SAG card now? You're straight, you're gay. Do you get to ask them? I mean, have we gone too far?
Well, first off, Sean, being gay is, I assure you, the least interesting thing about me. And I don't think it means that I'm deserving of any extra credit. So if I was to be an extra in one of these movies or a lesser character, I'm going to get the job before you do. I mean, it just makes no sense. But I mean, it's worse than that, because in what you just read there, they're also talking about if you're deaf, you're going to potentially that'll help, get the Oscar. So what happened to blind people? Are we now saying that deaf people have more value on the Oppression Olympics than blind people? I mean, none of this makes any sense. But the best part of the whole thing is that they've now decided that these rules are extremely important because we've got to get racism out of Hollywood. But they're not instituting it until 2024.
Yeah.
That's how important it is. It's so important, but we still got some racism we got to get out there for the next, 4 years.
I just think the real interesting thing on the LGBTQ plus thing is that you're now forcing a system where you've got to ask people about what their sexuality is. That's insane. I want to switch gears, though, to something else that's going out on the West Coast. There was an article, or a column rather, in the San Francisco Chronicle that talks about the fact that we have a problem with how we talk about wine. I know you enjoy a good glass from time to time. Wine's diversity issues, according to the article, starts with the way we talk about the taste of wine. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that how we talk about wine is sexist and racist.
Sean, even you not realizing it proves that you're a sexist and a racist, because not knowing what the thing is that the wokesters are upset about on any given moment, that thus proves their whole ideology is correct. Look, it's so stupid, and we're watching, what we're watching is what my friend Ben Shapiro calls the disintegration of America in a certain way. We're just watching a bad set of ideas, which is this ridiculous woke ideology that everything is racist, everything is sexist, everything is homophobic. We're watching it rampage through not only our political institutions and our academic institutions and our entertainment institutions, but now it's going to ransack Napa. I mean, is that really what we're talking about? For the record, Sean, I'm big on Merlots at the moment. I know after the movie Sideways, they had to get rid of all the Merlot in Napa because, he hated Merlot. He wanted a Pinot Noir, but I've been into Merlots lately.
All right, I'm a more cab kind of guy, but we'll agree to disagree on that.
Fair enough.
Welcome back to The Grid. Thank you once again for joining us. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Good.
All right, the NFL kicks off the 2020 season tonight, but what will it look like amid the COVID-19 pandemic and national protests for racial justice? We're going to discuss all that with our company next.